No, Hunter. Mirrari's gonna have his Warlock probably banned, right?
Yeah, definitely. I don't think StrifeCro's too afraid of Miracle Rogue.
And we actually get
yes.
to the game. So we see StrifeCro starts with a Hunter and Mirrari starts with Priest, which I actually favorite Priest a little bit.
Definitely, in my opinion. It's like a 60-40 matchup. Hunter really needs to get a good start, and Priest really needs to miss some of his early game drops.
And yeah, what I want to say is actually Mirrari, he never banned Hunter in the whole tournament yet.
I think that's a smart decision.
Exactly. He feels like his decks are really good against the Hunter, so he actually first picks the Hunter to a lot of the players, unless he has a better strategy there, but usually he does that. But then we see the Undertaker.
Well, Mirrari has Shadow Word Pain in his deck, definitely a card we don't see in any of the other Priest decks probably, and that will pay off here in this situation.
Yeah, I mean, he talked about the Shadow Word Pain with me when we were preparing the decks, and he was like, you know, if I play Shadow Word Death, I totally don't care about Hunter. And also the Zoo.
I feel like Shadow Word Pain is a really, really strong card that's super underrated right now because it gets it just kills off a lot of threats like Sludge Belcher or like we see here now. Just kills off the Undertaker. Clean kill, easy.
And what's really important to say as well, he has already Wild Pyromancer with coin, so unless he gets like Shadow Word Shield, Power Word Shield, Power Word Shield, he can do a lot of work with that as well. And on the other hand, not the best.
You never want to draw traps. You never want to draw traps.
Yeah.
He has the Mad Scientist up. He's probably gonna get a freezing trap. So those snakes will be pretty useless because we see a Pyromancer. So just using the coin will get rid of all the snakes.
Definitely. He probably just played a Flare. He'll try to get something better. He might. What do you think about it? Does he even play the Hunter's Mark here? Like,
I think he should dig with his Flare first. Maybe he can find a bow and then he can Hunter's Mark's bow down the Dark Cultist and just keep going phase because that's basically your only option at this point. You can't fight for board control if your opponent has Cabal, Orkanai, Pyromancer, and a lot of ways to proc the Pyromancer. So we might see like an all-in here from StrifeCro.
Definitely, I agree with that. So I think Flare is the first play. You dig, you try to get something better. I mean, even the Animal Companion can be really great here. He goes for the Snake Trap and passive. Okay, that's interesting. I mean, as you said right now, like in this matchup, you need to go face, you need to go kind of YOLO, and his hand is not exciting at all. So I mean, it actually makes sense just to do this, alright? Like you want to use the passive every turn, and if he actually played the Flare here, he wouldn't be able to do those 2 damage. It can, in the end, pay out so much.
And now we see the Pyromancer coin, and that completely wrecks StrifeCro's board. Obviously, he didn't know that Pyromancer plus a spell is available in Mirrari's hand, but at this point, it's not looking too good for him. He decides to Thought Steal, which will kill off his own Pyromancer, but I think that's fine, because now StrifeCro has the Freezing Trap, and he can use his damage Dark Cultist to reproc it.
Yeah, definitely. So, Knife Juggler is not the worst. If he gets like something from Flare, he might as well just kill it, which would be really great for him.
Huge, actually, just to snipe off the Dark Cultist, and we might see that here.
Exactly, there's a possibility here now.
Yeah.
He might go for the another Snake Trap. It's possible as well with a Juggler there, but I think it's 50-50 here is better.
I agree with this.
Unlucky there. But on the other hand, like Mirrari still has to play around the Snake Trap.
Oh, that's a huge draw. He draws Sludge Belcher from top that will allow him to buy even more time, be even more defensive, and he doesn't even have to attack, which he will end up doing, but
he will end up attacking the face.
I think that was the right play, just in case it could have been a second Snake Trap and you don't want to give him pretty much 6 extra damage for free. Yeah,
I mean, he probably should have attacked first, but I think Mirrari actually watched the VODs of StrifeCro yesterday plays, and he knows that StrifeCro doesn't play any explosive traps, so it makes definitely sense to, like, it doesn't matter at this point. Right?
So now he needs a lucky juggle again. Maybe he will hit this time. This is huge.
Oh, that's
a really
huge
good one, definitely.
It allows him to go for the face again. Like, he's gonna do 5 more damage this turn. He's gonna have some board, and we see that Mirrari doesn't have a clear way to deal with what's on the board.
He will probably just end up cabaling.
Kill the Knife Juggler, something like that.
Yeah, exactly. I think just I mean, he has to worry about his HP pool, but he can't because he has to deal with the board, and there's no Holy Nova available, so just stealing the Undertaker was definitely the right play.
The Undertaker.
Well, just play your hand, hero power, and hit face.
That's a lot of damage. I mean, we also know that StrifeCro didn't play any kill commands yet, so every
Also haven't seen high mains.
Yeah.
High mains still.
Yeah, high mains are still up there as well. So there are a lot of stuff that actually can do a lot of damage to Mirrari from StrifeCro's hand, like from StrifeCro deck that he can draw. I like to play a web spinner here because the web spinner is going to give him beast anyway if he top decks the kill command, and that one damage that he might do with it can be actually important as well.
Yeah, he might get like a King Crush from this. You never know. There's a chance.
I mean, it happened. It happened yesterday when I think Kaldi played against Ekop.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
even like any kind of stealth beast is really good at this point as well.
And that juggle for face is actually really important as well.
It is. It's the best target he could have gotten there. Mirrari might need like a Holy Fire really soon just to bounce back. Yeah, Holy Nova, Holy Fire, just something that actually brings back his HP besides his 0 power, because that probably won't be enough.
And he doesn't draw that.
Yeah. There's not even a way. There's not even a good way to kill off the Knife Juggler now. So now he has the problem that he will end up proccing the snakes because he can't ignore the board, right? Yeah. And we might see like an Orkney hero power on the Knife Juggler just to kill off the Knife Juggler without proccing the knives. But then he's dead, pretty much.
I mean, he's gonna attack with the Undertaker first to the face, just to see if it's not a freezing trap. But if it's not a freezing trap, I mean, actually he has to go for the play that you said, and that might be really scary. And also, if he goes for the Alchemy, right? How he comes back next turn after that.
Exactly, he can't heal anymore at that point, and StrifeCro won't kill it off because he knows that. So he's in a really bad spot right now. I don't think he can juggle it down. I mean, he can try, but he needs 2 juggles to hit the Knife Juggler. That's super unlikely.
That's a good juggle, right there.
Oh, there's no trap left in StrifeCro's deck anymore, so...
And
only 1 freezing and 2 snakes trap. Yeah.
I mean, so do you heal your own face and just go face now? I feel like you actually have to.
Yeah, you have to heal up and just pray he doesn't draw the lethal, which will probably happen. Like, there are so many outs in his deck.
So web spinner is not lethal. I mean, it's not really great as you
I don't think StrifeCro has much of an option here. Just go face, hero power, end the turn, and pray that he doesn't get juggled down on his own Knife Juggler.
I mean, if he like juggles the juggler, there's a possibility he actually trades the web spinner, I think.
Oh yeah, that is correct.
But I don't. He
wants the beast. He wants the beast. Oh, that's a huge beast.
That's a big one. So that's actually...
that's insane.
Yeah.
That's the perfect turn right there.
That gives him 3 damage more right now.
Yeah.
And if he actually hits the face once right now, he wins the game right now. He has 2 jugglers to hit the face right now. That's not a juggle.
I think he will just end up going face. I think that's...
Yeah, he definitely go face.
Oh
my god, that's a huge juggle.
Wow, StrifeCro comeback here.
I mean, juggle face would be definitely better because he would have lethal, but this is probably the second best juggle that you can get.
Yeah, definitely the second best. So, at this point, Mirrari has like 1 out, and that's...
Holy Nova.
Holy Nova and
no, actually
Holy Fire.
Yeah, Holy Nova is good. He needs Holy Nova.
There it is, but now he needs to...
No, that was a misplay. He knows there's a snake trap, and he needs to kill those rhinos. Oh my god, I think this is a misplay that actually is gonna cost him the game.
Yeah, he should have gone for the risky play. He should have healed himself, and then he should have attacked, proc the snakes, right?
Yeah,
and then Holy Nova, and pray that not 3 juggles hit your face.
Exactly.
Much.
Wow.
Now he has to clear this off.
I mean, this way, it's kind of better for him, as you said, like, unless the juggles could screw him over, but the possibility of that would be so much lower.
That is lethal. Top deck Eagle Hornbone for the win.
So in the end, it didn't matter. Didn't matter. So that's the first game going for StrifeCro.
That was a really bad matchup for StrifeCro as well. He got the priest out of the way, and now it's looking really good for him.
I mean, then with Rogue, because he played that matchup so many times. But he goes for the Warrior, and I think I like that.
Yeah, I like that as well. It seems like the most efficient way to kill off the Hunter now.
Definitely. So what do you keep here? Do you keep the web spinner? Definitely, right? And
I think you should throw it away just to
get
go for the Undertaker. I mean, that's how this deck works, right? You throw your entire hand, you pray for Undertaker, Leper Gnome, and Haunted Creeper, and just win the game.
I guess that's a possible way to do it. I mean, I think when StrifeCro yesterday played against somebody, he had like Leper Gnome, double Animal Companion, coin, and something, and he didn't keep anything because he just wanted to go for Undertaker.
Oh, that's a really good hand from Mirrari. That is exactly what you want to see. Taskmaster, Armorsmith, and the Fireworks.
Jesus.
And there we have with Undertaker that's gonna get coined and Fireworks.
Exactly.
And
Like, the Undertaker would be huge if Mirrari didn't have the
Yeah.
War Axe. But since he has the War Axe, it's not really exciting
doesn't
as
do
it
anything.
could be.
It is a worse. It's even worse than Argent Squire in this situation.
Definitely. So we see the coin, weapon up, kill the Undertaker, the best response Warrior can pray for, and next turn he has a pretty good play as well. Like he can go for Armorsmith, he can go for Taskmaster,
Just
whatever is better.
Armorsmith, and you're gonna get a lot of armor against all those one-attack minions.
Exactly. So if he decides to go for the Armorsmith, would you actually kill the Hunt Creeper as well?
I wouldn't kill it. I don't think it's worth it. You can just kill it next turn using Taskmaster and get even further ahead on the board.
Yep. I mean, both those plays are
They're totally
possible,
fine.
yeah.
Yeah.
At this point, like also, he has Acolyte which he's gonna play. He decides not to attack. I like it a little bit more.
Same.
And the Snake Trap can be good, but it's not really exciting to be honest.
It's not very exciting, but it is 3 damage nevertheless. So you might just see a Snake Trap and Web Spinner.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
I like
what he
that.
goes for. He has to develop some kind of board to beat Warrior. That's really important.
Definitely. And what is important to say is actually that most of the Warriors don't play Whirlwind at this meta.
Exactly. That's what I've been seeing at this tournament as well. No Whirlwinds. We've seen like one Whirlwind in some decks.
I think I must play Whirlwind.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But mostly unstable Ghoul and Deathbite. So you can't immediately kill off the snakes, which I find a bit problematic because I like to be able to deal with the threat immediately. And not wait a turn.
I mean, if you're gonna go for in the snakes, right? You definitely need a Ghoul because otherwise, how do you want to deal with that? It's so much damage. And we can see, like, if he kills that now, if he kills the Hunt Creeper, and then he wants to kill the 1/1s as well, that's gonna be still 4 damage on board just from the 1/1s. And this damage can stack up because if he's not gonna be able to deal with those 1/1s later turn, like it's just gonna be snowball.
It's gonna
effect.
snowball, exactly. So we might see him like just ignoring Snake Trap again and again. That's what I've been seeing a lot at this tournament. Just Snake Trap being completely ignored until you can actually kill off the snakes the second you pop them.
I like that. Okay, so there are some options. Nothing really exciting.
He has still no answer to snakes, so we might just see him spellbreakering the Loot Hoarder or the spiders and going face. Or even a Taskmaster and armor up because HP is really important. But Spellbreaker has more power on the board, so I think he will go for the Spellbreaker here. Yeah.
Seems like that's what he decides to do. He probably, gonna prob the Snake Trap. I think he needs to at this point.
He does. Because now he has 2 minions to kill off at least 2 snakes or at least deal with them in some form. And he's also gonna draw cards and gain armor. So those snakes just do nothing.
Just do nothing. Exactly. That's what is really important to say about this. Is like he has an Acolyte with Armorsmith. And that Armorsmith is gonna do a lot of work with armor.
It's already doing a lot of work.
Exactly, because how do you kill it now? Like, if you had a Houndmaster, maybe you can kill off it, but we know that he doesn't have Houndmaster. Actually, he might, I think, tracking for the Houndmaster because he needs to kill that Armorsmith.
Or for a bow, just something.
Yeah,
because
something.
His board is filled with 1/1 minions or 1/2s. Basically, just one attack is insanely bad against Armorsmith. That is interesting. He could go for like an Unleash and then Juggler Unleash next turn, which would not make this turn better. Then he would just 0 power and pass.
Oh, this is tough.
He's not gonna pick the Juggler, so it's either a kill command to kill off the Armorsmith or Unleash the Hounds to proc Juggler, Unleash, and that's gonna give Mirrari tons of armor.
Yeah, it's already looking rough for StrifeCro right now because Mirrari has shield block in hand. He can get so much HP in the future. And
he decides
actually
for the
decides
Juggler.
for Juggler.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
StrifeCro is just too good for me, guys. I'm sorry.
I guess it's just too good for me as well. And this means that he gonna go for double Juggler. I like that. If you go for Juggler, you might as well just go for the second one as well. And do you kill...
he's gonna pop them. That's gonna be four Juggles, right? That's so much armor, but he gains the board control.
Yep.
And that might be more important than the HP value
Yeah.
at this point.
But it just gets so denied by the ghoul. But I think if Mirrari had a ghoul, he would already play it. So I think StrifeCro kind of knows about it.
Oh,
there's
a
a ghoul.
ghoul. It would have been a really insane play if those two minions wouldn't have been Acolyte and Armorsmith, because those are like the last cards you want to see.
Exactly. So there's a Taskmaster. There's one way
Very
to deal
smart,
with the Juggler.
very smart.
Mhm.
He gets the third card now from Acolyte. That's the best value you can hope for. He killed off 2 minions using it, and he's just controlling the entire game at this point.
And exactly, if you play Ghoul, there's not much StrifeCro can do unless he gets the Houndmaster or something like that. Nothing of his plays is really
He's just
doing
gonna
much
low
work.
tap here probably. But Warriors up HP, board, and cards in hand, and
That's
Hunter
one of
can't
those.
really
That's
come
one of
back.
those games like when in the old patch, you've been just waiting for a turn 8, when you turn 9 when you just straight up Leroy Jenkins,
Oh, yeah.
Buzzard, Unleash, just to
Definitely.
get back in the game. But that's not possible in this meta because Buzzard is so expensive, right?
Mhm.
And so is Leroy Jenkins. He's not happy about it, I'm pretty sure. What I don't really like is the attacking with the Taskmaster to 1-1. What do you think about that, actually?
Well, he's just gonna lose it now to Ghoul, so
That was a misplay, in my opinion.
yeah, it wasn't worth it.
Mm-hmm.
But not like that it matters at this point. Like, StrifeCro has no card in his entire deck that could get him out of this situation at all. And
Yeah.
he's
Well,
just gonna
get
spam this
executed and
stuff on the board.
he might actually not even execute. Like he might actually think about a brawl. At this point, since StrifeCro doesn't have any cards in
He
hand.
could also,
Yeah.
Brawl. Brawl seems to be the best play. He's
Mhm.
gonna get the minion that survives, and whatever that is, he's fine with it because StrifeCro's out of cards, and
Yeah.
there's no card draw in Hunter.
And he
really.
actually gets a low tap. Wow.
That's the second best.
Yeah. Second best. Like Sylvanas would be definitely best, but this is still just great. I think. What can StrifeCro do here?
Nothing. Concede.
Concede?
Open the options and concede.
Hmm.
That's the best way to end this game, in my opinion.
I think so too. Like, maybe if he gets one high main, after that another high main, maybe.
And then a third one and a fourth one. I don't know.
Mhm.
Still probably won't be enough
Yeah.
at this point. You could play some Brawls.
I guess so. So, as we said, this is one of those games where just Warrior has the early responses to all your stuff that the Hunter plays, and then there's nothing the Hunter can really do.
Yeah. Mirrari starting hand was just so insane. There was no way for StrifeCro to build up any pressure at all. That's just gonna play it down, keep building the board, and that's exactly not what
Another
you want to
snake
see.
trap. That's just sad. Okay, so that's gonna be getting him freezing. He might even play the snake. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Mm.
StrifeCro isn't really looking that happy, I guess. But I'm sure he's already thinking about the next matchup, and all he's doing at this point is gathering more information about this Warrior deck. Like, there's a Gore Hole,
Mhm.
so if he ends up playing Gore Hole, that's a really good information to have
Yeah.
at this point.
Yeah, I definitely like. At some games, all you need to think about is, okay, do I actually have to show him that I play this in my deck? And
don't.
he decides not to, and
Yeah,
I think it's a definitely smart play.
Smart, yeah.
I actually don't think he would need to even show that he plays like faceless manipulator, but I guess most Warrior players. It
Yeah,
doesn't really
I think
matter.
they're like in almost all Warrior
Mhm.
decks.
So this is the first game going to Mirrari, so it's 1-1 right now. This means that StrifeCro has in his lineup Druid, Warrior, and Priest. What did you go for?
I like Priest the most.
Priest the most?
If it's control,
I don't think he's... Yeah,
there we go.
you called it. You called it. It's a Druid. I like it a lot. He plays the Hound Creeper version. I think is this the one that he... that Kalanto plays to get a rank 1 on...
I'm sure they
letter?
have almost the same deck, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So might be it. So he's mulliganing for Wild Grow, straight up ignoring everything else. I like that because Hunt Creeper doesn't really do anything against
Yes.
against Warrior, right? So you might as well just mulligan it out.
He
Go
just
for the
wants to
Wild
go for the ramp in In any form, it doesn't matter if it's wild
Innerweight
growth
or
or
wild
innerweight.
growth.
Yeah, exactly. He also has the coin, so he gets one more card. That is probably the worst opening hand you could ever imagine playing this deck.
So there's Spectral Knight, but no ramp. Ramp might come
That's
by.
at least something you can put on the board.
Mhm.
And Shade most of the time stays for a long time in stealth against Warrior. It's just it keeps growing and growing and growing, and then it gets Savage Roared and just used for the combo pretty much to finish him off. Or at least
Definitely.
till you can use it for some favorable trades.
I mean, in this matchup, like Warrior doesn't really have a way to deal with Shade unless he brawls. And I know that some Warriors play double brawl, but I know that Mary plays only one brawl, so it's gonna be a little bit harder to play the Shade. And what StrifeCro can do, he can like turn 3 Shade. I don't think he's gonna do it this turn, but he can turn 3 Shade and then just wait 10 turns.
He can't use the coin too early because his hand is super clunky, so he has to
Super
wait
expensive,
exactly. Acolyte is really, really good for Mirrari here because there's a really high chance that he's gonna draw at least 2 cards, and 2 cards is a pretty sweet spot for Acolyte.
Yeah, definitely. So I think he decides to kill to do the damage to Hunter Creeper. I think it's the correct play
I
here.
think that is the correct play, just because you have the Acolyte on the board, so you don't care at all if your Ghoul dies.
And Yeti is not too bad, but I think you go for the Shade here.
Oh
if
man,
I-
StrifeCro is in such a bad spot now, because next turn Mirrari can just attack into the Ghoul
and draw
and
so
then
many cards.
use the Acolyte to kill off the spiders. So he's gonna get 3 cards from it, and I don't think StrifeCro can let that happen, so he has to coin out the... Yeah. That's
Swipe.
what... Yeah, exactly. He has to eliminate the threat of Acolyte drawing 3 cards, or even 2. He has to keep him low on cards. And I mean, he has a Yeti to follow that up, so I guess that was the best play, yeah.
Okay. What Mirrari decides to do here?
Well, he doesn't have anything, just
Armor Smith, armor up, just chill, wait up, hope nothing bad happens. But we know Yeti is going to come up, and now the curve actually looks pretty good for StrifeCro.
Now it looks really, really
Yeah.
good for StrifeCro.
Because every turn is gonna be a huge threat. And for example, like turn 6 Cairn, turn 5 Spectral Knights. Like those are 2 cards that Warrior has really big problems to deal with.
Also, the spider is huge, because if he decides for like a Lothap or a Sludge Belcher, he can just use one of those spiders to finish it off. It's like a Dude from Pally Hero Power, just super annoying true server plus Dude kills off all your 5 HP minions.
Yeah.
Could even wrath down the Armorthless, but I think just
Spectral Knight is
developing,
so
yeah,
much better.
exactly. Just playing the Spectral Knight, develop your board is super important at this point.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, what is most important here is that Spectral Knight cannot get shield slammed. Spectral Knight cannot get executed.
Exactly.
So it's the stickiest.
He can silence it and then execute it.
I mean, that's a possibility.
Yeah.
But then he has a Cairn, and you don't have a silence for Cairn. I mean,
But he has a faceless.
yeah, I guess. So he actually decides to go for the Shade. I mean, it's probably preferable for him.
He just wants it to grow. Like he
Exactly.
has to start growing it at some point,
Mhm.
and if he delays it, the card just gets worse the later the game gets, right?
Yeah, definitely. So 1 shield slam on a 4/2 Yeti. I think he's pretty happy about that.
He is.
And low tap doesn't like StrifeCro doesn't care about low tap now. He's just gonna go.
Well,
Does he go Cairn?
I don't-
Actually, he might test out. He must test out for the silence. Even though like Warrior plays only 1 silence in the
I
deck.
feel like Cairn is really, really bad at this point, just
Mhm.
because half of it dies to Lothap, just
Exactly.
attacking it. So we might seem like just Spectral Knighting, which also really doesn't do anything because it dies to Lothap plus the slime. So Cairn, it is, I guess.
I guess. It's not really exciting. I think, and also Murray has the best answer to it, right? Like the Spellbreaker. Since
he does.
Normally Warrior has a really bad time to dealing with it, but since he already have a board and he also have a Spellbreaker, it's gonna be really easy to get rid of that.
Yeah, now StrifeCro starts to lose the board as Druid versus Warrior on turn 7, and I think that is too early. You can
Mhm.
afford that at turn 9, 10, maybe 11, just because then you
You have
have
a combo.
Exactly, you have the damage to finish him off, but there's nothing in StrifeCro's hand. There's an Agent of Law, so that will draw him some cards. Oh, he actually decided to go for the Faceless play instead of the Spellbreaker. What do you think about developing your board instead of getting rid of the Druid's board in this matchup?
I mean, at this point, probably doesn't matter because you have the Spellbreaker in your hand anyway, still, and Lotep was already played. No, Lotep wasn't already played, but I mean, he has the Shield Slam, he has the Executes in hand already, so he can decide to silence and remove the Karen at any time he wants to.
That is correct, yeah.
So I think it's actually a fine play. Actually, maybe I like it better. It's actually probably the better play in my opinion.
He also has a nice option to Spellbreaker it, Armor Up, Shield Slam it, and that's super efficient removal,
Super
right?
efficient from Mirrari.
So I kind of think Strife has to draw here, just because Spectral Knight into Hero Power, Spectral Knight into nothing, it's just like not enough. Or a Druid of the Claw instead of Spectral Knight, it's pretty much the same card at this point.
So the question is here, do you reveal the Shade? I don't think so, right? Like, if you reveal the Shade, like, you kinda...
I feel like you just lose your
Exactly,
your
if you reveal
option to burst him or to win at this point. Because for what would you use it? To kill off a 1-2?
Yeah.
And then it just dies to an Execute. That doesn't sound very fun. I feel like that is by far the best play he goes for. Because now he can... The Cairns trade and he killed a Lothar using his face.
Exactly.
That is the most efficient way.
Yeah, I like that. But now we will see the Spellbreaker coming up. Maybe Execute, maybe Shield Slam, whatever he feels like he wants to do more.
There's a shield block.
Oh, he has a shield block. So I think it's gonna be Execute in my opinion, since he has a shield block in hand.
I think I would agree on that, just because he has the option to immediately deal 7 damage using shield block, his Hero Power and Shield Slam.
And if I'm correct, I don't think StrifeCro actually plays Ragnaros in this deck. So that would mean... Okay, so he actually decides to kill the Karen. I'm not sure if I like this. I guess he plays around the Keeper of the Grove.
I think at this point it's too late to play around it, so I don't agree with it. Also now his Karen just dies to a Shade.
Yeah.
That is really, really bad.
But I mean, on the other hand, like, if he wants to get rid of that Shade, he's afraid of the combo, right? He might have actually done that just to get rid of it.
Well, he has like 34 HP,
Yeah,
so...
I disagree with that.
Yeah.
I disagree with it. That was maybe a misplay from Mirrari.
But now he has a good way to just kill off the board. But he's not developing his own board at this point. That's what I really like about keeping your Cairn alive. It's so hard to kill. Like, StrifeCro wouldn't have had an option to deal with it in this turn, so there would have been another 4 attack minion on the board.
So Taskmaster coming up, Armor Up. There's a lot of health for Mirrari, but as you already said, like, he doesn't have a board, and at this time StrifeCro is gonna get the board, but I'm not sure if it's not maybe too late. Because we see at Mirrari's hand that he has a Death Bite, and that's a lot of damage coming up in a few turns. He can also Taskmaster his own minions for more damage, and it's gonna be tough for StrifeCro to come back from this game.
StrifeCro just picked up the combo, which is huge, so...
But do you play this turn? I don't
Scenarios,
think so.
that's the only option this
Exactly.
turn. You can't use the combo to kill off the shitty board, and also you only can play one of the 5 drops, so scenarios it is. It's like the biggest threat he can put out at this turn.
Yeah,
it's just gonna die to Execute, and he's gonna lose his entire board while Mirrari keeps developing his board. But I think StrifeCro can wipe it out next turn, and then the turn after that he can start developing his 5 drops.
Oh, so Vanas, he can actually...
He can
Can you use Execute your own minion?
I'm sure Artosis would like that joke. He hasn't heard that one in a while, only like 10 times today.
Oh, only 10 times
only
today?
10 times.
Okay. Poor Artosis. But I mean, actually, he put up some good fights in this tournament, I think, against Soke.
Yeah,
some interesting games.
Awesome StarCraft skills.
Yeah. I mean, you need to...
Sorry, Artosis.
Yeah. You need this, mechanics. Mechanics for the Hearthstone, there you go. But okay, so he decides to attack with the weapon. I like it a little bit more.
Now it's scary for StrifeCro. He's on 11, there's a Death Bite. Garrosh is pretty much seals the deal, so we might see him just Force of Nature into only like a Haunted Creeper Hero Power, which is really not that impressive of a play. It doesn't really get much done.
I mean, he can maybe like do the call Lothap.
Oh yeah,
something like that.
Something that could actually work. I mean, he's still gonna die to a Grommash top deck, right?
Exactly. Yeah, Grommash just seals the deal straight away. Like, there's... I don't think you can play around the Grommash. Like, there's no way to play around the Grommash. So I think you have to feel like, okay...
Mirrari is just probably gonna save his weapon until he gets Gromage. If he doesn't have to use it to get back on the board.
Yeah, or if he doesn't get another weapon, definitely.
Exactly.
So there's a Force of Nature.
Yeah, he has
Savage
to
Roar.
use it. I totally agree with this play. Just trade off the board, play a Haunted Creeper, Hero Power.
Hero Power, get some HP up.
You're not in a bad shape then. Of course, Sylvanas is kind of gonna ruin your day, but there's also Druid of the Claw, which is actually not that good because he can Sylvanas and then proc the Death Bite, and that's gonna bring Sylvanas down to 4 HP, and then he can use it to just trade.
Yep. Steal some other stuff.
Steal.
So there's a weapon. So question here is...
No, you just play Sylvanas and Hero Power in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't think you developed a weapon here.
Death Bite is just such an insane card. I wouldn't waste it on like face.
Yeah, he just might. I think like what you said, right? Like if you just wait for the Groma Shell Scream, there you go.
Oh, that is really good.
Spellbreaker is nice. I mean, you still need to do the Claw, right? Just to play around the Grommash in the future.
You do, but now he can't kill off
can
his
actually
own
kill
Sylvanas
Sylvanas,
anymore. Now you can just Spellbreaker, do it off the Claw, and use the spiders to hit face. And then next turn you have those 1/1 spiders, and they can be used to trade off Sylvanas or any other minion that's coming up. I feel like that's the only line of plays.
Yeah.
You kind of need to be safe just in case he top decks the Gromage, right? Because
So
that's
there's a
actually going to keep him alive. Yeah.
There's a Spellbreaker, Druid of Claw, and he actually decides to charge it. I mean, it's fine. It's fine.
That's totally fine.
Yeah.
I kind of like the taunt better, but then he runs into Black Knight, and we've seen Warrior decks play Black Knight.
Black Knight, definitely.
And StrifeCro, I saw him prepping a lot for this match, so he might know that there is a Black Knight, and he just wanted to play around it. And I think now you just go face.
I
think you have to go face now.
Unexciting, yeah.
Double weapon is just the worst thing ever.
But by the way, did StrifeCro play both of his taunts? Both of his Druid of Claws?
Only one. So
Only
far,
one.
yeah.
So there's still one Druid of Claw.
There might
in
be an
deck.
Argus in his deck though.
You think so? I don't think so. I think like this is
yeah,
actually...
maybe not because he has Yetis, right?
Yeah. He plays Yetis and he plays like... If he played the Ooze version, I would think so. But since he doesn't play the Ooze version, I don't think he does that. And he actually decides to go for the face.
I think that is correct. He just has to... He just has to kill him using the weapons. That's pretty much how this will end, if it will end this way.
Yeah.
Forces StrifeCro to Hero Power a lot, but I still don't... Oh, maybe now he should Hero Power.
Yeah, I think what you do is like you Hero Power every turn, here, right? And then you play Shade and some of your 5-drops.
Well, before the Shade, he would have to play 2 5-drops just because.
Yeah, exactly. Just
it's
because
not enough power otherwise. But now he has the option to go for either Loatheb or Spectral Knight, Shade and Hero Power, or just for 2 5-drops. Yeah, I think that is smart. Hero powering up every turn. He knows he's on the clock, and delaying that clock's the best thing he can do, especially that he's a Savage Roar in his hand already, and there's still double combo in his deck.
Yep, exactly. Like, if he develops board enough, like, all he needs is the Force of Nature, and then he can straight up win.
Exactly.
So,
that is not very exciting.
Like, Mirrari's draws are not great, a few turns in a row already, and...
Just hit the face.
Hit the face.
Face boys
armor
at this
up.
point.
Face boys. I mean, on the other hand, if you look at it, like, that Acolyte is gonna give him a card, which is at least something. It's
and Gromage still kills him.
Yeah, Gromage still kills him.
He's gonna be on 7 if he Hero Powers, and then Gromage plus 5 Heroics actually finishes off StrifeCro. I think he wants to draw the lore. I'm pretty sure he wants to draw the lore. Or at least
or
second Force of Nature. Oh yeah, or the taunt, exactly.
So inner weight, wow. He's
really
not happy about it. So the question is, if he doubles Spectre Knights and he doesn't die this turn...
Yes, that is what you do. I wouldn't... Yeah, I think that's correct, just in case he can proc it for more than once.
Ooh, Alexstrasza is terrible.
Play one Spectral Knight, yeah.
And if he top decks... How much damage is that next turn?
Gromage.
It's 9, 11...
Alex doesn't do anything, it's useless at this point.
Yeah.
He can't even use it on himself or on Strife. It is just a dead card.
Oh,
and that is the second dead card in his hand, so just hit
Go
face,
for the face, play the Big Game Hunter, armor up.
Yeah, and a new X.
And yeah.
So how much damage does Strife has?
8, 12, 17, plus 10, that's 27, plus 1 damage from armor up, it's 28. So next turn he has 28 damage.
He's gonna be tiny bit short.
Kind of bit short, yeah.
So this will be Mirrari's last turn. Yeah. The next turn will be his last turn.
I mean, if he top decks Force of Nature, that's the game though.
Oh yeah, that's game. Or
Yeah.
second Savage Roar, right? That would
Or
do it
second
as well.
Savage Roar, one of those two.
What about Druid of
so
the
he
Claw?
has
I think
two
Druid of the
outs.
Claw is also lethal.
Yeah, Druid of
Can
the Claw is
charge it.
lethal as well.
He
Definitely.
has some really good outs at this point. Kinda curious what Mirrari is thinking about. Maybe he wants to kill one of those minions just because then he won't die
To the
to a
Savage
combo.
Roar.
But he's so all in at this point. There's no.
He
there's
must.
no
He
way of
must go.
going
I
back.
think. I think he must straight up just go for the face.
Exactly.
I think what he's thinking about is like, why didn't I attack with a Death Spite one turn too earlier?
If he decides not to go for the face here, then he still would have had lethal with Gromar. No, he wouldn't.
I think he played Big Game Hunter, right? Like 100%.
Doesn't do anything. Well,
mean,
it does, actually does. He
It
should
does.
play it. Yeah,
I
he
think
should have.
He should have, because it saves him some damage.
Oh, that cycles one more, so Strife can deep.
Yeah, you definitely go for it because you have so many outs. Like not so many, but like you have.
You have a
about
decent, and he has innovate
three
to
outs.
to still combo if he gets it. So you do it for sure, just to get one more card.
So you draw the card. Doesn't really matter which one. And what is it? Is that 50-50 about 50-50? Black Knight is not it.
So just hero power and
Just hero
do
power.
you Savage Roar? I guess you do, just to get the damage in. And then he's gonna Alex himself, so... Well, he just needs Grommash, right?
Yeah, he has needs Grommash.
Will Alex actually? No, that won't do anything. Grommash or bust at this point.
Grommash or bust. Is there anything else? No, I don't think so. He should have played a Big Game Hunter, I'm pretty sure there.
What about Brawl? No, Brawl.
Brawl doesn't help him as well. Because... Wait, actually Brawl... If... Like, Spellbreaker survives?
There's no point in innovating the Spectral Knight, right? I guess it just adds... Nah, it doesn't win.
Yep.
Just skip turn.
So Brawl could be possibility as well.
And... Oh my god, he
Grommash
got it!
Hellscream! Oh my god! What a top
really?
deck! I mean, he was waiting for it for a
Poor
long time
Strife.
now, but it finally came to his hand and he's taking the second game. Jeez!
Man, he's happy now. Look at him smiling.
Yeah, he's so
Look at
happy.
that smile on his face. That's what we
Priest.
thought.
So yeah, what do we expected? We see one Holy Fire, so... Are you sure it was Undertaker Priest, or...?
Well, now I'm not sure anymore.
Not sure anymore.
Because you don't play Holy Fire.
Holy Fire,
anymore.
exactly.
Yeah.
So it might actually not be Undertaker Priest, and in that scenario, I actually think Priest is a big edge to win this matchup.
Yeah, I'd say it's like 60-40 around that area. At least from my experience from playing ladder. And I've played a lot of Priests. It's actually the deck I've played the most in the last few weeks and month, because I've been enjoying it. And you just need to draw cards. That is what you have to do in this matchup.
Exactly.
And if you should not keep Cabal, in my opinion, because
all you need
when
is
turn
that
6 comes, there's a really high chance that he actually already used his small creatures. So keeping it doesn't actually do anything. Oh,
Mass Dispel. That's
okay.
an interesting card.
Well, that's.
I don't think it's gonna do a lot against Warrior though.
I've seen Master Spill on ladder before and it kind of wrecked me. So I'm rooting for Strife here.
Yeah, I mean. That's where like players like Tides of Time, StrifeCro, they just like sometimes come up with the decks that they take in the tournament and nobody expects those cards. That they don't play around those, and then you just get screwed by those. So, oh my god, the ooze.
What? There's an ooze
Wow.
in this deck? Okay, now I'm completely confused what this is. Master Spill and ooze.
And I mean also StrifeCro doesn't know that Mirrari plays Gorehowl. Right, because
he doesn't.
Yeah,
exactly.
so Mary didn't
Maybe
show
he
that
saw
to
it
him.
in the VODs he was watching earlier, while he was studying his opponent.
I don't think I don't think Mary played Warrior
Oh,
last.
then this could be
yesterday.
huge,
I don't
yeah.
think he played Warrior
Because
yesterday.
Goal is like one of the most annoying cards against Priest.
Exactly, like you can just wreck everything over the Gorehowl. It's something compared to the Druid as well, but Druid has better reach, so Gorehowl can be actually double-edged weapon. You know, you can kill yourself with it. But against Priest, usually the Gorehowl is the way to go.
Well, there's a target for Cabal in 3 turns.
In 3 turns.
We just can't find the Taskmaster till then, I guess.
Yeah. What is important to say that even though StrifeCro has his combo with Alkanite Circle and stuff like that, he doesn't have ways to really
The
start.
combo isn't even that great against Warrior.
Yeah.
You most of the times you just use it to damage like a big creature for 4 and to kill off some other stuff.
I mean, if you steal Acolyte, that's pretty good. If you steal Acolyte with it.
Yeah, of course.
Well,
And
but other than that, it's
like
just
this
like
is
math.
this is exactly not what you want. You want to play like Cleric, Blade Master, Dark Cultist. You need to put out something that Warrior has to deal with, because now he's just piling up on those super powerful cards.
Yeah, and this is not exciting hand for StrifeCro.
He's just gonna
right now.
pass again, and the next turn he's gonna Cabal. There's no reason to ooze here, not at
Yeah.
all. Just pass, next turn Cabal. I mean, he's playing it right.
Yep.
It's Artosis Priest, right? You just pass 5 turns and then
Then
maybe
just
you play
smash
a card. Yeah,
Ysera, everything on the board, and there you go.
Oh, and he got the Taskmaster.
Yeah, he had the Taskmaster last turn. I think he was waiting that one turn
make
just
sure.
not to get because there was no point of doing it last turn. Might as well just do it this turn. And
well,
he's
you
gonna
still
attack
Cabal,
as well.
right? You still Cabal the 2/2.
Definitely, like you need to put up something on board.
Exactly, you need to do something.
There's the Dark Cultist 3 turns too late.
Yeah, no, it's just a bad minion. He might end up like Dark Cultist and double powered shielding to dig into his deck, but I think he should just Cabal.
The weakness of that is just like, okay, he's gonna execute it and what's up, you know? So he decides to do that play. I like it. Like it's probably the best play. As we already said, like he's already too slow at this point, but might as well.
Perfect answer for it.
Shield slam.
Yes.
Do you just armor up or do you develop the weapon? I think you armor up, right?
Yeah, just armor up.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to show him that you have the weapon, because this weapon is super strong against Priest.
Definitely.
Well, time to play Dark Cultist
and buff
put it
him
on
up.
steroids. Exactly.
Put it on steroids.
That's what he's gonna do. I think it's not worth it to Master Spell that early. He needs it for KR and or Sylvanas.
Definitely.
I mean, that says he's not running the 0 mana silence, right? If he plays
I think
Master
so.
Spell. Yeah.
Yeah, we were so wrong with our thoughts of that being Undertaker Priest.
Yeah, we were. This is really
so
new and
different.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like Tides of Times version, at least a bit.
Yeah.
And now he has a perfect play again, develops the board, but now we're gonna see a nice Shadow Madness to come right back into this battle for the
and
board
he can
again.
clear the board, and I think at that point, StrifeCro is not really low, so he's gonna be feeling actually pretty good.
He's fine. He's definitely fine.
He's gonna have card advantage over the warrior. He can start developing with his board next turn. He can actually start. I think actually, since he drew the Alkanite, he can actually play the Alkanite.
The thing is, it's just gonna die to his weapon.
Yeah, I mean, but you have to get rid of that weapon anyway.
I know, but that's not. You kind of want to get rid of it, like with a Dark Cultist or something. I feel like you can't just donate him one of your Arcanites. It's
But
too
on the other
important.
hand, like if you do it this turn, you can play the Sylvanas easier next turn, I guess. Doesn't really matter. Yeah. This is actually really
only armor
interesting. That Mirrari doesn't choose to play Acolyte and doesn't
I
choose
think
to
I
play
would have
Ghoul.
just played the Black Knight. Just put it out. It's
I
4
mean-
attack, and there's not really like Sludge Belcher isn't really that a high priority target because you have your weapon.
I guess, yeah.
But maybe playing it really slow is actually the best way to play this. Especially because StrifeCro hasn't done anything this game.
Yeah.
Like, he played 2 cards.
But on the other hand, that's actually kind of scary as well. Because if he doesn't play anything, you kind of feel like, oh my god, like what is his hand? Like his hand is gonna be threat, like the big threats.
Yeah, he doesn't know that there is double combo
Mhm.
in his hand, being
Double.
absolutely useless in this matchup.
So here goes Alkanai.
Then you should have done it last turn. I
Yeah,
agree, Alex.
exactly. See,
Yeah, now it doesn't.
you
do
need to learn.
anything. Now he's gonna play Acolyte, draw a card, and
It's gonna be good
It's
for
gonna
him.
be painful.
Oh, I'm not sure I like this a lot.
He doesn't want to kill it? What? Okay, I'm really confused by this play. Walk me through it, Alish.
I'm mind blown actually, not just confused. I
What?
think that was a misplay, straight up. Like I think what you do there is you
He
play Acolyte.
just gave him Sylvanas for free.
just for free. You can just kill with the passive. That was something really interesting from Mirrari. I think what you said actually, like you just go for Acolyte of Pain, you kill the Alkanite,
See what
you
you
draw a
draw.
card,
Exactly.
exactly, and then you might as well play even that Sylvanas.
Yeah, or maybe
Um,
Black Knight. Like, even Black Knight is better to throw out than Sylvanas.
So the question is, do you actually mind control that Sylvanas?
No, you just kill it off.
You kill it off. I think
Yeah.
if since he just donated it to
Exactly.
Sylvanas to him, so I might as well.
You take the donation.
You take the donation.
I mean, it's money after all.
One donation.
And
of
then what? You
Sylvanas.
just end your turn. You can maybe you throw out the Pyromancer just so you get rid of the weapon. I like that actually.
Definitely.
Strife looks a bit confused though by this play.
I mean, he looks really confused. He's just like,
No, don't do it. I feel like that's just as big of a misplay. It's
yeah.
just gonna die to his weapon again. I think
I mean, on the other hand,
maybe they might not have the experience like I do in this matchup.
yeah. Do you play this matchup a lot?
Yeah, that matchup happens a lot on ladder actually.
Like, do you play it from warrior side or do you play it from the priest
From
side?
the
Okay.
priest side. And I feel like now it's like that
He just donated the mind control to Mirrari now.
exactly.
Yeah.
He threw mind control in his face and was like, take it. I don't need it anymore.
Exactly. I don't need it. It's useless anyway, right?
Maybe he runs 2 mind controls.
There you go. And
He definitely wants to find some thought steals though. They are super important in this matchup. I'm really curious to ask them later what they thought about
those plays. I mean,
exactly.
I
mean, there's a reasoning behind them, right?
definitely, like those players are thinking through their players a lot, right? So there must be some reason.
And now he's
behind
gonna
it.
get master spelled on this, and that is gonna hurt. 5 mana just for like 2/1/3s.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the best situation you can get using Master Spell.
Mhm.
Deny him the cards. You can pretty much ignore the minions.
The Master
And you
Spell-
really
I
want
think
to draw a
Master Spell
card.
is coming up here, definitely, 100%. Like otherwise,
What's
you just
left
donate
for
cards.
it though? There's like Sylvanas. No, he's through Sylvanas, so there's only Cairn that is a good silence target.
Yeah, definitely. And that's what he actually decides. So, like, he's hovering over the Master Spell. I think that's what he's going to do. Like, as you said, like, what do you want to silence against Warrior? You want to silence Cairn?
Wait, he also missed a card, right? He attacked into Sylvanas before playing Acolyte.
He had to, because otherwise Sylvanas would steal
Oh, yeah, never
the
mind.
Acolyte.
I'm pretty
So
bad
it
at
was
this game.
must have been the play.
I'm pretty good.
It must have been the play. But yeah, so
that
he
is
decides,
interesting. He decides to go for the Pyromancer. And
I'm
now
not sure if
Thought
I
Steal
actually
is
like
really
this.
weird. Well, he kills the board this way, but now he... I don't know. I think that was correct, actually.
Yeah, might be.
Because
Like,
he
he has
developed a
another
second
one, and he has a lot
minion.
of cards, so it doesn't really matter anyway. And
Those 2 minions are actually annoying at this point for Warrior. Like, that doesn't do anything. He's just gonna trade it off.
I mean, he still gets his card, and he needs the cards because his hand is not exciting at all. And actually, at this point, I kind of feel like Priest is gonna
He's
win
gonna
this.
suicide the Pyromancer, right? So he can
Yeah,
Thought Steal.
definitely. I mean, what actually can happen if StrifeCro doesn't have enough threats, which I think he's gonna draw pretty
It's
soon
gonna
into.
fatigue.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
gonna go to fatigue.
I had that
And-
happen a lot.
Mhm.
Fatigue match mirrors in this matchup. That happened.
Yeah, and with that, what happens is that StrifeCro drew much more cards already, so he's gonna be in fatigue earlier than Mirror is gonna be.
He has some really good cards to Thought Steal.
That's
Reg, Alex, Cairn, Gorehowl. There's so much good stuff in his deck still.
true. Or if you're Amass against me, you get Execute, Shield Slams with Armor Smith.
I always get double Shield Slam. That's my favorite combination.
But the thing is, he got Armor Smith as well, so he actually could have used those Shield
Oh.
Slams, and that's just when you get salty.
Yeah, when I get Shield Slam, I just pray that he plays Armor Smith so
And
I
you can steal
Cabal
the
it,
Cabal?
exactly,
Yeah. Okay, so another draw, Shield Slam. That's not exciting at all.
I think that's actually good for StrifeCro because
Mhm.
now he can start dumping his hand onto the board.
Yeah, and I think this was the second Shield Slam being used, right? If I'm
That
correct.
was the second one. That is
And
correct.
second
Oh, that's
oh my
insane
god,
draw.
stop that.
Perfect.
Wow, this is huge.
Just take it, heal up, play it slow.
Do you actually heal up? 2, 4, 6, yeah, you actually heal up.
Well, you
I was thinking of
Thought
Soul Steal,
right?
but
No,
you
you're
can't
gonna
Soul Steal. Overdraw, yeah.
That's the problem. I think he kind of like... I mean, that really sounds stupid now, but I think he has to like dump a circle at some point. Or like, exactly, just
Wild
dump your
Pyromancer.
minions so you can finally Thought Steal.
I mean, Wild Pyromancer is not good in this matchup anyway, so might as well just dump it.
It's like one of the worst cards for sure.
And what did he top decks? Ragnaros isn't a bad top deck. I mean, it's better than nothing. We know that StrifeCro
At
doesn't
this
have
point, it doesn't
Shadow
really
Word
do
Death.
much.
And wow, that's the best target that he could have hit.
Sniped. Oh, there we go.
Oh, the top deck worse. It seems that way.
Do you take it?
I think you
Nah,
take
it's
it.
just
I
gonna
think you take it with Sylvanas.
It's just gonna get executed though because of your Pyromancer. See, it bites you in the ass right now having the Pyromancer.
You can kill your... no, wait, actually you cannot, because if you kill it, you actually it's damage as well. That's true, but I mean, do you play around that? Wait.
Well, he still has 2 executes, right? So taking Rag doesn't... I don't know.
I mean, he can kill it, he can kill his own Wild Pyromancer, then steal it, and then play Circle.
Then he would get rid of 1 circle, that's an option.
Yeah,
I mean, they
and
are
he
useless
actually
in that
dumped that
hand
circle
anyway.
that he couldn't... Like, he's not gonna use most likely anyway. He probably has Clerics index.
Exactly, there are still 2 clerics in his deck. That's
which
so
are gonna
bad.
be useless. And he
yeah,
doesn't
they're
want
gonna
to
be
use the
completely
circles
useless.
with them because he will overdraw.
I think he's just gonna kill the Reg. Just use his board to kill it.
Mm-hmm.
Pyromancer is what, 6 damage, and then his Taskmaster is 2. Yeah, that's perfect. Just kill it off.
good.
And now he can Thoughtseize, right? Maybe
Yep.
get the cairn.
Wow.
Oh, that's pretty.
That's pretty good, I would
Pretty good, StrifeCro.
say. I think you just develop it. There's no rush. You don't need to attack. Just chillin'. You're gonna kill everything. And I think actually, like 5 turns ago, when you said that you should have played the Black Knight,
Mm-hmm.
I actually think StrifeCro doesn't play even the Sledge Poacher.
Oh.
Is it a possibility?
Is it possible? I
I
don't
mean,
know.
like you have to get Ooze there
I'm pretty
instead
sure
of
he plays
something.
them. He has to play them. They are like in every
They are-
deck,
they are the
especially
best-
in Priest.
best
It's,
5
it's
draw.
the only, like the only minion that keeps you alive when you
Mhm.
play Priest. You just insta lose against Hunter without them. Now this feels awkward, right? Because you can't kill it off. So you can ping it down, but that's not really interesting. So maybe just Holy Nova it down.
Yeah, he can Holy Nova. Like Holy Nova is useless in this matchup anyway.
It is, it totally
Might
is.
as well use it right now.
Then you can.
Then you can also you can like Alkanai, use the passive, but I don't really like that because he has circles, and the circles are such a great removal.
Oh, that's the more aggressive play, and that totally suits StrifeCro. He's a super aggressive player,
Mhm.
and when he gets the opportunity to go aggressive, he usually takes it, and that's exactly what we saw right now.
I mean, I think it's a good play. Like at this point, like what
now
is
he's
Mirrari
probably
do
gonna get the
next?
first executor out of him, right?
Yeah. But then you have to run your Belcher in it, and you just save the weapon for StrifeCro.
Yeah.
I mean, 1 charge. for
Maybe
the
he's just
weapon.
gonna go face and ignore Alex,
Possible as well.
but he's not gonna faceless this. He can't.
Mm.
He has to save faceless for Sylvanas or Ysera
If there's a Ysera
Yeah.
in this deck.
Ysera.
Oh wait, so he actually decides to execute that. I mean, both of those plays are fine.
Mm-hmm. I like this a bit better.
Yep.
Just because having Alex on the board isn't that fun.
So there's a North track cleric.
Now he gets a good Holy Nova though.
Yeah, Holy Nova is fine.
He finds a use for them because they're most of the times they just sit in your hand.
But I mean, okay, so you're gonna clear the board pretty much every turn with the hand that StrifeCro has. But how do you kill that warrior?
Well, you put him to 15 already.
I mean, not really 15. It's still kind of 27, right?
Well, let's just ignore that armor.
Let's say it's not there. Okay.
I'm pretty sure he has Blade Masters in his deck, right?
Mhm.
So they can hit for 4. That only might take like 10 turns to kill him then.
That's good,
Approximately.
I guess.
Goes for Sylvanas.
Yeah.
I guess that's a good play actually. He
Yeah,
doesn't
it's
like
fine.
this board is so useless. Like Sludge Belcher doesn't actually do anything. It's just a really annoying minion in the end. And Sylvanas deals with it very efficiently. And then he can also use the Cleric and the Nova to draw cards and heal.
And actually, we see that like Mirrari doesn't really have a good response to that. Like you can
You
maybe
can just spam the board
yes, slam the
or
board.
faceless it as well.
So can we see? I mean, I'm gonna call this. We're gonna see Shadow Word Death on Sylvanas and steal out of Sylvanas. Are you
He's
with?
gonna, I don't
are
know,
you with me on that
nah,
one?
that's a bad play. He's gonna
I'm just trolling.
Sylvanas into Sludge Belcher. Then he
Can Holy Nova.
No, then he can Orkanai ping it down, right? And kill.
And then he can actually. Wait. If he attacks with the Sylvanas,
He can
To the
also
1/2.
Orkanai Circle, and there's a way to get Sylvanas.
Yeah,
at
he has
this
a way
point. We
to
just
get
have to
Sylvanas.
figure it out.
yes. Yeah, so if you do that, then you Holy Nova, then you attack Armor Smith, then you play Shadow Word Death, you steal Sylvanas. Yeah, that's the play. So you attack with the Sylvanas to the Belcher, then you play Holy Nova, then you attack with the weapon to the 1/2, and then you play Shadow Word Death on your Sylvanas and you steal the other Sylvanas.
I think that is the best play. Although I don't like using Shadow with Death on my own Sylvanas in this situation,
Mm-hmm.
but I haven't figured out a better play, and this might
So
be the best one.
we'll see.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what he actually
Alesh,
decides to do.
Alesh.
Alesh plays.
That's why you're playing this tournament and not me.
I mean, I lost to Trump
Oh,
3-0.
Maybe he's not doing it.
Wait, he's not gonna still do it after the heal.
Oh,
Maybe it's not.
man. The greed is real.
Yeah, this is greedy.
This is
so greedy.
I like it.
You like it? I mean, on the other hand, like we probably like what is in his deck now? There's probably one cleric, there's like one injured blade master, there's not much else there, right? So I mean,
now he can trade and Alex.
Yeah, trade Alex. Then he can use the Shadow Word Death on Alex. That's fine.
And start healing up his injured blade master with cleric using circle.
No, you don't use cleric. I think.
Wait, how much cards are left in the StrifeCro?
Like seven
That's what
cards.
we need to know.
I think there's like 7 cards
Well,
left in
then
his
you
deck.
don't. Right?
Yeah.
That's some more burn
Mm-hmm.
and some more HP. StrifeCro might be greedy though for a card. I kind of want to know how many cards are left in this deck to really judge that.
I think it's about like 6 cards, 5
Yeah,
cards.
then you
right
probably
now.
just can't do it.
Yeah, 6 cards. We just seen it.
I don't think
6
you can
cards.
do it then.
You cannot play the cleric now. It's not possible. I mean,
Just
the thing
thinking about
is
it.
that what I liked about that play, that you should have word death your own Sylvanas, was that kind of Mirrari showed him last turn that he didn't have response to that Sylvanas. So I mean, if he actually,
Oh, he goes for it.
yeah,
He goes for cleric.
he goes for a cleric.
And I think if he...
I don't think you do
The
that.
thing is, Mirrari still has one brawl to
Mhm.
just wipe StrifeCro's board, and then how is he actually gonna kill him? He's actually gonna just fatigue then first.
Yep.
Because there's so much armor already on Mirrari's side. He draws into cards, but they are not really that useful. This is just gonna die to the weapon.
Mm-hmm.
And now finally StrifeCro has a way to start getting rid of the armor. Just- Oh, that's
And there's a
decent card.
Belcher, so he
Yeah.
actually plays Belcher. I mean, like you have to play Belcher. It's the best
You're
fight.
gonna heal up your blade master
anyway.
so it doesn't dare to execute. Gonna
Mhm.
play your Belcher and
Just chilling.
yeah. And that is, I don't think you will ever play more minions than this, just because you don't want to get brawled. And
Yep.
this is totally enough to kill him off. It's gonna take some time, but you're gonna get the job done eventually.
I mean, there's gonna be Black Knight now, so
Yeah.
there's some damage less.
It's gonna get holy fired.
Holy fired, then. I mean, if you play.
No, just gonna keep it like this.
Yeah,
I
just
don't
keep
think
it like
there's
this. 2
a reason
minions.
to
I like
play
that.
more
I like it
cards.
a lot. And you also have the. Also the Acidic Ooze, right? In case the
For
Gorehal
Gorehal.
comes out.
Yeah, StrifeCro actually saved it, so I'm
Mhm.
100% sure he prepared for this matchup.
Yeah.
So he knows. Playing this is okay.
Yeah.
It is totally okay.
So at this point, do you brawl here? I don't think so. You can't brawl here, right?
We have to wait for the next
Yeah.
draw.
One more turn.
Yeah,
Weapon
that's
is
a
big.
really good draw.
Weapon
Will
is
he
really
end
big.
up oozing this?
Who's gonna win? I don't know, man. I don't know, Kev. As Forsen would
Will he
say.
ooze this? Play ooze? Oh, that's good. There's still Cairn in this deck.
Oh, wait. Actually, Mary has only 3 cards as well.
Oh.
Oh my god, this is huge.
It's pretty interesting. So now he knows the only way for Mirrari to win is just like by going for face.
But on the
because-
other hand, like if you think about it, he has Death's Bite and Grommash Hellscream in hand. So that's a 14 damage right there, right? And then he
Yeah.
has 2 weapons. And if he does, if a StrifeCro doesn't top deck Belcher, he can just draw into those other weapons and just die pretty fast. Like if he top decks Gorehal next turn,
I don't
can
think
just kill
StrifeCro has
StrifeCro.
enough. I don't know. Maybe StrifeCro still has Ysera in this deck.
I don't think so. Because there are 2 cards left, and it must be Cleric, because he plays
Oh, yeah,
double clerics
Cleric
for sure,
and Belcher. Right?
and probably Belcher.
Oh man.
So it's gonna be 50-50 for
man.
him to draw a Belcher.
So he's out of actual threats to put on the board, pretty much. I think you should play the weapon.
Yeah, you should play the weapon.
Why would
Just-
you not play it?
I think you're not gonna have much more time to use the
He needs
weapons
to get
in a
rid of the
fatigue.
armor.
Yeah. I think Grommash Hellscream is the play here, 100%. Yes, he
and
goes for it.
just
And you
really
armor
quick-
up as well,
yeah, armor
just to get it armor as well. And he has,
No, he has to find
2
a way
cards
to
in
kill
deck,
it.
right? And one of those cards is
Gorehal.
Gorehal.
That will instantly win the game, unless
Mhm.
he Holy Novas and heals.
So that means no. I think StrifeCro is definitely gonna Holy Nova because he knows that Gorehal is in deck. And, oh, Belcher! Wow, that's huge as well.
There's still not like a good way to kill this Grommash.
I think you Holy Nova
I
and
think
Belcher.
I think if StrifeCro
Mhm.
loses this game, it was actually due to the mind control on Sylvanas.
Mind
instead
control
of just
on Sylvanas.
trading her.
Yeah.
He still would have had his mind control at this point.
Yeah, exactly. Like
And he
Mirrari,
stole
Mirrari
Alex
donated him
Strasser.
Sylvanas, and then StrifeCro
Yeah.
donated mind control
I think
to
those were
Mirrari.
the deciding
like,
turns in
both
this
plays were
game.
really weird, and both plays might cost both of those players at the games.
If StrifeCro would have oozed, he would have denied the Enrage to Gromage, and I think that would have been more important to catch the Gorehole using the
Gorehole,
ooze,
yeah.
so I think he misplayed that one.
That as well. Yep. I like that. I actually, yeah, that's actually a really good point. Like if you actually ooze that, I mean, you know that he has Gorehole in deck,
And
but
now this
Gorehole
doesn't
is
work
only
out
7
as well.
damage to face,
Oh
right?
man, he has to completely sacrifice his entire board. What is left in those decks? I think that's Cleric,
That's
right? And StrifeCro's
Gorehole.
deck.
Yeah, that's Cleric and
Let's see.
yeah, that's the Cleric.
Oh man.
Okay, and one more card. Might be that Ysera. I think it might be Ysera actually. If that's Ysera,
Let's try to find that out looking at StrifeCro's face. How happy does he look on a
He's-
scale from 1 to 10?
I don't think he's happy. I don't think
No,
he's
I
happy.
don't think so either. Alish, I don't think so.
This is so exciting. I mean, what do you do here?
That's Gorehole, right? Last card.
Yeah, it's Gorehole. That's 100% Gorehole.
So time to equip Gorehole. And
Yes.
swing.
And swing.
But how is he gonna win? Like,
No, he has Brawl still.
yeah, but how is he? I
He-
guess
he-
it comes down to fatigue.
Yeah,
it
he comes down to fatigue.
Unless this is Ysera and he's gonna get like a Emerald Drake.
But like, if he plays Ysera, he can just Brawl. There's such a big.
Oh,
It's
it's Blade
actually Blade
Master.
Master. Yeah, must have
And
been.
he can't even heal it because it was withdrawn cards. And there comes the ooze.
Yeah, and I think at this point,
Wait, Strife wins, right? Because he has Gorehole. Yeah. Strife wins.
does he?
Yeah, he won the game. Oh my god.
Wait, does he? Wait.
Of course he wins.
What if you Brawl here, weapon up,
So what?
start attacking up?
Then he can.
If the
Oh.
the armor,
Wait.
like if the taunt doesn't survive
But
and ooze
Gorehole
doesn't
is
survive.
7 damage to the face, right?
Ooh.
And now what? There's still an ooze. That's just
And-
gonna kill you.
Oh, I don't know, Kev.
Now you just hit
You
hit face, Orkanai, ping down.
the
No,
4-2.
you do this. You play the Blade Master, you circle it, you Orkanai hero power down the big game
No, no,
hunter,
yeah.
and then you hit the face using your fireworks, and next turn you kill him using Gorehole.
Yeah, there you go. That's the best play.
StrifeCro won. Wow,
Okay,
what a game. But that's like a typical priest warrior matchup. It always ends like this.
Mm-hmm.
And normally the warrior wins if that
Normally,
comes
yeah.
down to
Normally
this,
warrior wins. I agree.
this late game.
But I mean, in the end, actually, saving the use won him the game. When we said, I mean, on the other hand, if he actually,
He could have oozed the Udespite and
yeah,
would have been fine as well.
that's true. If he actually used the Gore, like that's bite, he would have won anyway. Like there was no way to deal those 14 damage that would have been done there. So I mean, probably actually.
Oh, he still has Warlock.
Oh, he has
Oh,
Warlock.
he didn't ban Warlock. Okay, never mind.
Okay,
It's
so what
time
was
for him
banned?
block.
Oh, Miracle Rogue was banned. Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
so
then good luck, StrifeCro.
yeah, this is almost unwinnable matchup, and we already saw as well that StrifeCro plays only one shit over death.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be really troublesome for StrifeCro right now.
Almost like unwinnable.
Oh,
There's Jaraxxus. That's the card you need to win. So, well,
yeah,
well
but
played
like
Mirrari for drawing it.
exactly. But on the other hand, there's nothing he can play till turn 4. Like, not even turn 4. And StrifeCro's beginning is not really bad. Like he can put up some pressure on board.
He can play a cleric.
Exactly, he can play cleric. He can play cultist later. He can do a lot of stuff. And let's see what he decides
Just
to
coin cultist.
yeah, I think I like coining the cultist now. It builds the pressure, and you kind of need to do damage. I mean, he can draw, but I actually like the cultist better because
do.
he only plays one
It's
death.
about the pressure in this matchup, in my opinion. And then you
Exactly.
just gotta squeeze in the last points of damage before he turns into emo DJ Jaraxxus.
Jaraxxus. You face Jaraxxus.
See? Now you would have had a
Double cultist.
cultist on the board and a cleric.
That would be pretty huge.
That would have been really, really good start for him. Kinda messed up his curve, like completely now. But
I
you
mean,
can't know that
it
he
kind of makes
draws into it,
sense
right?
from his viewpoint at that point, because he might like wanted to save the coin for Sludge Belcher turn 4, but I kind of still like him to different play. Okay, so what he does here? Do you Soulfire the 3/4?
Cleric becomes a 1/8 then.
Yeah. I mean, you don't really care. You can silence them.
Yeah, you can silence
I
it.
mean. Oh my god!
Oh, he discarded Jiraxxus. Are you
Jiraxxus.
kidding me?
So
oh, man.
this game just got more exciting because
Oh,
usually
look at Strife. He's super happy. He's
yeah.
like, what? Did that just happen?
And
did the rule apply so far? Always discards your best card? I think it just did.
It's just that.
Jiraxxus discard. That's pretty sad.
That's pretty sad. And also the other sad thing for Mirrari is that he doesn't have a way to actually contest the board. So
well, he can play like Defender of Argus.
I mean, 2 damage on board with 3 health for 4 mana.
I think that might be like the worst handlock hand I've ever seen. No Giant, no Drake, just a discarded Jiraxxus.
And this matchup is usually really one-sided. Like
it is. It's completely one-sided. It's
if handlock
90%
has at least decent hand.
Yeah.
I mean, you face Soulfire and then
he's gonna draw 3 cards.
That's
he's gonna draw
good.
2 cards, right?
No. If he, 2 cards. 2 cards.
Yeah,
if he's gonna coin, I like that.
That's
I like
good enough though. 2 cards is good enough.
You really need to draw into that silence or Shadow Word Death, stuff like that. You can respond to stuff. And Power Shield is pretty good too because it's gonna give you some chances to actually draw another turn as well. And turns in
he's
future.
gonna get an easy Mortal Coil, you know.
So you coil the Pyromancer here,
to draw
right?
Into something good.
Oh man, he can actually Hellfire here.
I think you should just Mortal Coil. If you Hellfire, the Cleric is just.
Yeah,
maybe you don't care.
I guess you're gonna actually Hellfire.
The thing is, you can't Hellfire and
coil.
Owl. That is the problem. So you can't deny him the drawing power.
But I mean,
now you just can't keep drawing at this point, in my opinion. I mean, he doesn't have to draw this turn, but there's always the possibility that he can draw, and maybe he can Owl next turn, but he might has to play like a Drake or a Giant.
Definitely. Man, that's Jiraxxus. I think actually might have decided the game right now because the Mirrari's hand otherwise it's really shitty, and if StrifeCro is gonna play around the Molten Giants, or if he gets that Shadow Word Death that he has in deck.
The thing is, StrifeCro's deck is really bad and against this Warlock deck. It just has only 1 Shadow Word Death, he doesn't even attack.
Yeah, he really
we're seeing a completely different approach from StrifeCro here. Taking it as slow as he can, and there's a Drake.
That's a really good top deck. Like, he needed that thing. He actually decides not to do that. I kind of like it.
Of course he Black Knights, but next turn he has the Drake on his disposal, which is super important.
Exactly.
He's just gonna get Holy Fired. Or is
do we Holy Fire this?
He could also go for card draw, right?
I mean, I actually don't think he Holy Fires this because the reason why you need this Holy Fire in the shadow in this matchup is
for burst, right?
For the burst damage at the end of the game, and he actually plays Smite as well, as we've seen in the last game. So he might just have like
down, right?
he might have like 8 damage that Mirrari cannot play around, essentially.
But he's giving him so much time to draw into
those
whatever he needs. And he already has 2 Molten Giants in his hand, so
he actually might decide to tap here. Like, you don't actually have to Sun Fury.
I would totally tap.
Would you tap?
Yeah, I don't see like any way that he can kill me anytime soon. But you always have to keep in mind there's no way to heal up anymore because the Jiraxxus is gone, so only 2 Farseers and 2 Siphons are left in his deck, no more Jiraxxus.
On the other hand, it actually makes sense as well. Like, he actually silences the taunt so he can kill the Alkane, so he denies some damage that could have been done to the face if the burst comes out.
And now StrifeCro is facing a really difficult board to deal with, just the Drake being so huge.
So do you actually have to maybe Shadow Madness the 2-1? It's too. He has to, like, the handlock is too healthy still at this point. This is tough.
I feel like Mirrari has to keep tapping to get into Molten Giant range though, just so he can put out more threats. I mean, for the next turn he has a Molten Giant, that's totally fine. But at some point he might have to use them. Oh, that's a really good card for the future.
Master Spot is pretty good.
I mean, he can even use it now to kill off the Twilight Drake and draw a card, and that's perfect. Perfect draw.
That was pretty good draw.
And he can even Holy Smite down the Black Knight if he decides to use it as a removal, which he does.
Yeah, he does.
And I actually agree.
Well, I agree with that, yeah. Because he deals with the board, it gives him some more time. But now Mirrari can finally play his Giants, which are not going to be as useful now because StrifeCro has the Shadow Word Dev that we see. But it's going to give him more space for the future.
I think he should just tap into Mountain Giant. Yeah.
I like that. No Sun Fury, no need.
Yep,
no need to Sun Fury.
I wouldn't Sun Fury either.
I mean...
You want him to damage you.
Exactly.
I mean, Strife has not been attacking you, so why would you taunt up? There's no reason. You would have just given him a Cabal target at this point.
Agree with that. Ooze not gonna be that useful since we know it's StrifeCro.
And this Cleric has been paying off a lot.
Yep. A lot of draws, Actually, that's the only way, that's the only reason why StrifeCro is still in this game. Even though Mirrari's hand was so bad, it's because of that Cleric, he could have drawn so many cards, and he has that responses. He had that Silence for the Twilight Drake, he had that Shadow Word Death, that he plays only one of those. So, some good stuff for StrifeCro.
Mirrari's hand is really weird. It's just full of taunt givers.
And I like the Ragnaros here. If
now it's gonna hit the Cleric.
Oh.
Face isn't too bad.
Yeah. Face is actually better than hitting the Cleric, to be honest.
Will he use his Holy Fire to kill it off? Is there a different way to get rid of it? There's attack Cleric, attack Blade Master, or can I ping? That is 7 damage. That would not finish it off.
Yeah, I think you start with the Power Word Shield, in my opinion.
I think yes. Why would you not go for a draw here? I agree.
Power Word Shield.
Maybe he just wants to play like a Blade Master to develop the board, because he saw 1 Hellfire, so at this point he kinda wants to bait out the Shadow Flame. Just get it over with.
Yeah, possible. I like that play.
Yeah, I like that the most actually.
Not attacking, I like that as well. As we see, like, StrifeCro needs to play around Molten Giants, because if he actually attacks, like he
has no way to kill them, right?
Yeah, exactly. There's no way to kill him if he double Molten Giants, because... Wait, actually, is there a double circle still in deck?
No, there's only 1 left.
Oh, there's only
he used 1
left.
to draw 2 cards,
Okay.
turn 3. Now he has a Shadow Flame, so there's always the option to wipe out the entire board.
I think he still tap, unless he has a lot of cards. I don't see really, because...
I think you should tap
2, 4,
Molten and just
6,
play
8.
Sun Fury and Argus. Just
is that 10 cards in hand?
Yourself.
Because I think there is 1 card that we cannot see.
Really?
Yeah. Oh no, it's 9 cards. Because next to the Defender of Argus, there is
that
a
is a really strong turn.
This is a really strong turn. So do you mind control the 8/8? I think you do, right? Is this the play?
Well, there's a Siphon Soul in Mirrari's hand, so they actually won't end up mattering.
But I think you have to anyway. Like, what do you mind control in this matchup after Ragnaros was played, and 1 Giant and...
There's nothing left that you can really mind control. Rag is dead, so...
But the problem with that is that you can't heal your Shield Master.
Shield Master?
I mean, Blade Master.
Now it starts to look really grim for the Priest. That's always the situation I get in this wall.
But it's actually still winnable, in my opinion. It's still winnable. It's not the greatest, but there are some possibilities to win this game.
You're gonna face like copied Molten Giant next turn. Or like another Molten Giant and a Siphon Soul. Yeah, that is what he's gonna do. Just Molten plus Siphon Soul. Strifes on Molten, and then he's...
So he's killing, just for the viewers, he's killing the Blade Master to the Twilight Drake just for not dying to Shadow Flame.
Yeah.
I think it's correct play. And he decides to Molten Giant.
Oh, he has to BGH as well.
BGH as well.
Exactly.
He doesn't even need to Siphon Soul that, which is really grim for StrifeCro. And now Mirrari just can go face. And I don't think StrifeCro is playing Black Knight, if I'm correct. And how do you deal with this Molten Giant? I mean, your Shadow Word Death that you play only 1 is gone. Your Mind Control is gone.
There's no card draw in his hand. He can't. He could Pyromancer, Power Word Shield it. That would deal 1 damage to all those minions. Then he could Holy Nova to draw 2 cards. That would deal 3 damage to all those minions. And then he could maybe draw into something.
There is still Circle in the deck,
exactly.
if I'm correct.
Like he has to start using the draws now. Oh,
so there's a circle, which is pretty good at this point. Is it good enough though?
I think you just need to Holy Nova for 2 cards.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, I think you have to Holy Nova here. You will wait with the circle for the next turn, if I'm correct, because if you circle here, you actually don't do that 1 damage
You
from
can't circle, you
Pyromancer.
can't
Yeah,
heal them up
you
again.
actually don't do that 1 damage from Pyromancer because Pyromancer is gonna die
And
before.
Twilight Drake will be a 410
Yeah.
again, so let's just not do
No,
that
I mean with
damage.
Alkani.
Oh.
With Alkani
No, you need
circle.
to save it. That's not
Yeah,
enough.
exactly.
To
You have to
circle.
save it. That's what I'm saying. That
Yeah.
even if you do it this turn, you cannot kill everything. So you have to Holy Nova, 100%.
Oh. That will leave. No, it will.
And it's not gonna kill it
No,
off.
it's gonna kill it
No,
because
it's
of
not.
circle.
It's 1 damage off. To.
Oh no, it's gonna. Yeah. See.
He can kill that, but
Yeah.
it's 1 damage off to kill
I
everything.
feel like he had to save it for 1 more turn, just holding over this turn, and then next turn go for Organized Circle. But I mean,
Maybe.
he was like
Too greedy.
Close. Yeah.
But on the other hand, like now he knows there are 2 Twilight Drakes gone, 2 Molten Giants gone. There's only 1 Mountain Giant in deck.
There's still more stuff in Mirrari's deck than there's in StrifeCro's
Yeah.
deck, though.
Yeah, that definitely. And
He should have gone for the Holy Nova last turn.
yeah,
I think
I
that
mean,
was
like-
so
like-
important. Now he's out of like, there's nothing left that can actually kill.
like he would
stuff.
have taken a lot of damage, but I felt like that was the only option to actually win the game. This doesn't do anything. You can Holy Nova for 10 just to kill Drake or
I think you just Shadow Madness here.
Shadow Madness. Yeah, I
Yeah.
like that better. But it's just too bad. So is there anything that he can come?
I mean, he's
up
out of
with?
cards as well, right? 6 cards.
6 cards.
And we know there's no Izera, so probably won't see it. Yeah, and he just keeps like, putting down any minion that he can find, and I think that might seal the deal.
Next turn, yeah, he can just defend off Argus Faceless, the 6/6 with Taunt.
There's the Thought Steal, but that's too late.
Thought
and
Steal
there's
is-
not much
well,
left
he
in
can
his
get
deck.
Mountain Giant, but
Oh, he can
doesn't
get
even help.
this.
Yeah. I guess he can like Holy Nova, Mortal Coil. Is there any options to actually come back to this game? I don't see it.
There is not.
Yeah, I don't see it.
There is not.
I mean, I want to find some, some fancy play that you may come back into the game, but
I think that turn where he didn't Holy Nova might actually decided the game. Because now, like, there's no way to clear the board anymore. There's no way.
definitely. And also, we already know that StrifeCro played his Holy Fire, his Smite, just some burst damage.
Normal burst as
yeah,
well.
there's burst damage that can go through the taunts. And
Man, your team pulling.
wait, is this
pulling it off.
lethal anyway? Because he can Owl, he can defend off Argus.
Double Argus,
Owl and Soulfire.
Soulfire lethal.
Is that lethal, right?
Still
That's
is lethal.
6. That's 11. He doesn't see it.
Well, it was lethal, but no, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's fine. That's actually one thing that's Mary is telling me, that sometimes he doesn't see those lethals because he's such a control player. Like he used to play a lot of.
No, he's one off.
Oh, yeah.
Well, no, he was one off.
Well, he was one off. Okay, never mind then. He was one off.
It's
So we
fine.
were wrong. We were wrong.
No, he could have killed him, but it's whatever.
Okay.
Okay,
I'll believe you in this one.
time to concede Strife or to double Holy Nova.
Double Holy Nova. I mean, if you double Holy
That
Nova, you
keeps him
survive
alive,
one
right?
turn, right?
Keeps him alive.
Keeps him alive, and it's a match that's 2-2. Like you can't just concede at this point. But even if you,
Strife never concedes.
yeah, Strife never concedes. He tries to figure out the game,
yeah, exactly. He's like a
You have to try.
samurai at this point.
and you have to try, definitely.
And now he has him on 5, but we know that there's nothing left in his deck to finish him
no
off.
burst damage. No burst
Yeah.
damage, unless he thought steals the soul. No, he only plays 1 thought steal, if I remember from the last game. So it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, we only saw one.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And you can just play the giant. Doesn't matter. Wait.
He's thinking about Siphon Souling his slime.
I think like because he haven't seen all of
I
his
think
cards
that's
in the last
actually
game, so he might feel like,
Why
oh, maybe
not?
there are 2 Holy Fires in the deck. But
Why
we know
not?
that's not the case. So he's playing around the second Holy Fire, which we know it's not in the deck. So I don't think this helps him. Like that doesn't matter at this point. He's just playing around everything that could potentially kill him. Sylvanas
There's
doesn't
the
do it.
Sylvanas, but
I guess you can Cabal and
well,
defend
he
off
still
Argus.
dies to. Oh,
You can still
Cabal
taunt up.
and Argus. Oh my god.
Cabal Argus, and you
Will it
still
actually
live.
matter that he missed his lethal? Will it actually matter?
Yeah, I don't think so because he can still Shadow Flame. What's gonna happen next turn is gonna Faceless, Shadow Flame, Soulfire.
Yeah, and then he wins anyway. Yep.
So he wins anyway.
But he already missed one lethal. Maybe there will be a second.
And maybe
one
he will
miss.
miss the second lethal. Might be possible. I mean, what do we know?
Okay. Well, Strife sees the play, and I think Mirrari will catch the lethal.
Yeah. Defend of Argus, as I said, it might look like it's gonna save him turn, but if Mirrari sees the lethal this time,
He sees it.
it doesn't matter. This point
Yeah,
is
it doesn't matter
yeah,
what
it's
he
exactly the same thing.
uses.
And yeah, so Mirrari goes to the winners bracket of Group D, which
That
is
was
called here
insanely
as a group
close.
of death.
Yeah, that was insanely close. I would have expected Mirrari to take this game way more quickly and in a more convincing fashion.
I mean, on the other hand, like if you look at the Mirrari